Then seemed to me so much of heaven to blaze with the sun's flame, that rain or flood ne'er made a lake so broad. The newness of the sound, and that great light inflame me with desire, keener than e'er was felt to know their cause. Went she who saw me, clearly as myself, to calm my troubled mind, before I asked, opened her lips, and gracious thus began. With false imagination thou thyself makest dull, so that thou seest not the thing which thou hadst seen, had that been shaken off. Thou art not on the earth as thou believest, for lightning scraped from its own proper place near ran, as thou hast hither now returned. Although divested of my first raised doubt, by those brief words accompanied with smiles, yet in new doubt was I entangled more, and said, already satisfied, I rest from admiration deep, but now admire how I above those lighter bodies rise. Whence, after utterance of a piteous sigh, she towered me bent her eyes, with such a look as on her frenzied child a mother casts, and thus began. Among themselves all things have order, and from hence the form which makes the universe resemble God. In this the higher creatures see the printed steps of that eternal worth, which is the end whither the line is drawn. All natures lean in this their order, diversely some more, some less approaching to their primal source. Thus they to different havens are moved on through the vast sea of being, and each one with instinct given that bears it in its course. This to the lunar sphere directs the fire, this prompts the hearts of mortal animals, this the brute earth together knits and binds. Nor only creatures void of intellect are aimed at by this vow, but even those that have intelligence and love are pierced. That Providence, who so well orders all, with her own light makes ever calm the heaven, in which the substance that hath greater speed is turned, and thither now, as to our seat predestined, we are carried by the force of that strong cord that never looses dart, but at fair aim and glad. Yet is it true, that as oft times but ill accords the form to the design of art, through sluggishness of unreplying matter, so this course is sometimes quitted by the creature, who hath power, directed thus, to bend elsewhere. As from a cloud, the fire is seen to fall, from its original impulse warped to earth by vicious fondness. Thou no more admire thy soaring, if I rightly deem, than lapse of torrent downwards from a mountain's height. There would in thee for wonder be more cause, if, free of hindrance, thou hadst fixed thyself below, like fire unmoving on the earth. So said, she turned toward the heaven her face. Canto 2. Dante and his celestial guide enter the moon. The cause of the spots or shadows which appear in that body is explained to him. All ye who in small bark have following sailed, eager to listen on the adventurous track of my proud keel, that singing cuts its way, backward return with speed, and your own shores revisit, not put out to open sea, where losing me perchance ye may remain bewildered in deep maze. The way I pass ne'er yet was run. Minerva breathes the gale, Apollo guides me, and another 9 to my rapt sight the Arctic beams reveal. Ye other few, who have outstretched the neck, timely for food of angels, on which here they live, yet never know satiety. Through the deep brine ye fearless may put out your vessel, marking well the furrow broad before you in the wave, that on both sides equal returns. Those glorious who passed o'er to Colchos wondered not as ye will do, when they saw Jason following the plough. The increate perpetual thirst that draws toward the realm of God's own form bore us swift almost as the heaven ye behold. Beatrice upward gazed, and I on her, and in such space as on the notch a dart is placed, then loosened flies, I saw myself arrived, where wondrous thing engaged my sight. Whence she, to whom no work of mine was hid, turning to me, with aspect glad as fair, bespake me, gratefully direct thy mind to God, through whom to this first star we come. Meseemed as if a cloud had covered us, translucent, solid, firm, and polished bright, like adamant, which the sun's beam had smit. Within itself the ever-during pearl received us, as the wave a ray of light receives and rests unbroken. If I then was of corporeal frame, and it transcend our weaker thought, how one dimension thus another could endure, which needs must be if body enter body, how much more must the desire inflame us to behold that essence, which discovers by what means God and our nature joined. There will be seen that which we hold through faith, not shown by proof, but in itself.